Good day everyone, welcome to Home Online Maths Education. This is a channel where different topics in mathematics are being taught. Now, like you can see on the board, we'll be treating as the topic linear equations, and the instruction to follow is we are told to find out the values of the following variables below. So what you need to understand is this video is strictly meant for students who are around grade 6 to grade 9. Now, if you know, even if that you are higher than these other classes that I have just said right now, and you still know that you are not good at linear equations, then I suggest that you try watching this video till the very end. So without any waste of time, why not we commence this very video. So without any waste of time, let's just commence. Now, the tradition here in this channel is we commit everything to the hands of God so He can help us a perfect understanding. So why not you join me to repeat this prayer as I say it. My mind is where I am always. Oh Lord, open my mind to easily assimilate today's lesson to the fullest, and help me to become a genius in all my endeavors. So help me God. Without any waste of time, let's just commence. Now, like you can see over here, we have 7x equals 14. Now, here is the thing you must understand. Over here, we're told to find all the variables here. Now, for most of you who are very new to linear equations, then I guess this video will be very helpful to you. This is what you need to understand about variables. Variables are what we know to be letters in English. Just like we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All those things are letters, but in mathematics they are not recognized as letters, but are rather recognized as variables. And we're just told now that we should find each and every value of every of the variables in all the equations. Now we can see that the first equation is 7x equals 14. So we begin by writing out the question. 7x equals 14. And now what's going to be our next step? We have to make sure that we divide every number that stays very close to that variable. As far as to get that very value, what happened there was that it was multiplied. Just like we can see now, 7x. It is known that 7 times x will give us 7x. Therefore, the only way we can eliminate this 7 so that the variable can stay alone is by dividing both sides by 7. Now, here is another thing you need to understand. That the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. Therefore, there is no how you say, okay, let's divide here and leave here empty. That's why I said that when we're dividing this place by 7, then we also have to divide here by 7 as well. So 7x divided by 7, 14 divided by 7. So when we cancel these places, we're supposed to get 1. And now we shouldn't forget that our x stands alone at this point. Now 14 divided by 7 will give us 2. So x equals 2. As easy as that. Now let's move over to the second question. Like we can see over here, the second question is 2b plus 3 equals 13. Now what's going to be our next step? Our next step to solving this very question is by grouping like terms. Now this is what you need to understand about grouping like terms. Grouping like terms is all about you separating the sheep from the goat. So wherever we see any value that's different from what an integer should look like, then that means we have to keep it on one side of the equal to sign. Then we'll put all the integers on the other side of the equal to sign. It's just the same thing like I said, separating the sheep from the goats. Now if you're confused about integers are also known as positive or negative numbers. Now if you would want me to make a video on integers, please comment in the comment section below and I'll make a quick video on integers. Thank you. So without any waste of time, let's just drive right into it. We have 2b plus 3 equals 13. Now what's the next step? We have to group like terms. Group like terms. And now, grouping like terms, like I said, 2b is going to stay one side. Now this is 3. 3 and 2b is not the same thing. So 3 will go and stay with his senior brother, 13. And now this is one thing you need to understand. Whenever any value is crossing the equal to sign, the sign changes. In short, this is positive 3, so when it is crossing this equal to sign, it must become minus 3. Therefore, if it is negative 3 on this side, when it is crossing, it will be positive 3. But that's not what it is rather what? Positive 3. So when it is crossing the equal to sign, it has to be negative 3. So at this point, we'll divide both sides. 13 minus 3 will give us 10. So we'll divide both sides by 2. 10 divided by 2 will give us 5. Therefore, B equals 5. As easy as that. I'm sure you really enjoyed how to solve this linear equation. Now, I would suggest that you try to pause this video and see if you can try out letter C. If you can't, then I would suggest that you watch this video till the very end, as I'll be making the video right now. Now, like I said, on the very first question and the second question, whenever you see linear equations like this, first step to take is first do what? Write out the question. And after writing out the question, the next step to take is either you divide both sides like I did on the very first question. You divide both sides by the number that is disturbing the variable. And if that does not seem like to be the first question to take, maybe because of the setup of the question, then you have to group like terms. But now in this case, we are not going to group like terms. Why? Because bracket is involved. Over this first question, there is no bracket. The second question, no bracket. But in this case, there is a bracket here. Now, this is what you need to understand. For instance, when you have 3, then you have B minus 6. What does this mean? This is a factorized question. So if you want to expand this, what you have to do is what? You use this 3 to multiply B, which will give you 3B. Then minus 3 will multiply with 6, then you will get what? 18. Now this is the expanded form of this question that you are seeing right now, and that's what we're going to do over here. So without any waste of time, let's first begin by writing out the question. 2x minus open bracket 7 minus x close bracket equals 8. So first of all, begin by writing 2x. Now we shouldn't forget that there is a negative sign over here, and this is what you need to understand about negative signs. Negative signs is also known as -1. So when you see a negative sign over here, then that means that this is also -1. So when I say -1 times 7, you shouldn't be confused. So -1 times 7 will give us -7, and -1 times -x will give us positive x. Now, for some of you who are really confused about how to multiply numbers, most especially when signs are involved, I guess do let me know in the comment section below. These kind of problems are related to integers and board mass, and I will try to make videos so that you don't make necessary mistakes in mathematics. So let's just move further. Now we shouldn't forget that we have our equal to sign, now our 8. Now what's going to be our next step? 2x plus x. Now over here equals what? 8. Now this minus 7 crosses and become plus 7. For most of you who have been following, you will know that what I just did is grouping of like terms. I don't really need to be repeating that all the time. So 2x plus x will give us 3x. So equals 8 plus 7 will give us 15. So at this point we divide both sides by 3. And at the point of doing that, our x will give us 5. So like I've just done today, I've treated the A question, the B question, and the C question. And now I'll be making another video for D, E, F, G, and H. So I really suggest that if you really got a lot of things from watching this video, please like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. In less than a week time, the video on these other questions will be out, but please, before the video will be released, do try your best to answer the questions, because practice makes perfect. So I'll be seeing you on my next video. Do not forget to share.